Reserve time.
All right, welcome everyone to another night of SCS. And this one's a little bit different than the other nights, as we actually have a $100 prize pool for tonight. So that's a little bit uncommon for us, I guess, because most of the other nights just all about the bragging rights. Tonight, $100 and the bragging rights. And on top of that, I've got Goofy joining me for the night to cast as well. So Goofy,
what's up, guys?
There you go. So we had a little bit of a wait time, but we do finally have our round 3 match, and it's going to be Dota Time Friends, or DTF, on the Dire side, and they're going to be going up against MadeInVenezuela on the Radiant side. And I know you know most of the players in this game, or at least a bunch on Dota Time Friends.
Yeah, Dota Time Friends could be Goofy Time Friends. They're mostly acquaintances, though, more than close friends of mine. But I definitely know all the players, so that's good.
That's great. You can give us a little bit of insight on that, I guess.
Whoever Dr. Doom is, that was Stralf's picture in NEL last season. So.
Yes. And I think... I'm trying to think back, and now that you say it was Tralf, the black and white
10 seconds remaining.
image definitely reminds me of Tralf. And
I think it's his.
5
I
seconds
think
remaining.
watching his stream a long while back, I remember that name as well.
I don't think it's him, though.
We could be completely wrong on that. I don't know.
Indy definitely knows who Dr. Doom is, though. So
Radiant team
Okay.
pick.
I could ask him. I think Dr. Doom is just somebody. I don't think it's Stralf. Check there. But that icon's certainly familiar. Anyway.
Because Tralf
Accent-
normally plays with Johnny Walker as his name now.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, Axe Lena. I've seen a lot of Lena lately, man. Oh my god.
Dude, I even played Lena in a pub the other day.
All the red heroes seem
Not
to be
fair,
popular
man.
right now. Look at this
10 seconds remaining.
This
orange
is-
palette.
These are like the top heroes
5
right now that have
seconds
actually gotten
remaining.
through. And well, we did see Sniper getting banned, and I mean
Reserve
that's a
time.
little bit surprising, despite the fact that everyone thinks he's really, really strong. We actually haven't seen him banned in the first round of bans. Typically he gets banned in the second round, but he did get banned in the first round this time around. Bat getting banned out, that's typical. But then Bristleback and Storm, neither of those typically get banned, and that allows the Troll to come through as a first pick, followed
Do you
by
know-
that X.
Do you know what role Nerla plays on this team? He's a Storm player.
I don't know.
He's usually plays support, but he's definitely a Storm player. So.
I don't think I've ever seen DTF actually play.
But the other thing is, I don't know if these guys actually would know. Like, I don't think they would metagame them like that. I think it's just a straight up Storm ban anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know who MadeInVenezuela is at all? I don't.
No.
Clairvoyance, right? That's
I don't know if that's actually clairvoyance
or someone named Clairvoyance.
Or
I was not
someone
paying
just-
too much attention in the lobby, admittedly. So
10
or just
seconds
someone named
remaining.
clairvoyance. I have casted MadeInVenezuela a long
5
time ago,
seconds remaining.
a couple months ago, and frankly I don't remember anything about them.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dire team
We're seeing
battle.
Venge getting picked up, so that's a hero that we don't typically see, as she's been kind of first ban material now. Now, we do have a lot of heroes that we don't typically see. We've got the Axe, we've got the Troll, and to some extent the Venge and the
10
Lena.
seconds
I mean, I've seen
remaining.
Troll and Lena almost every game, so I wouldn't call them heroes that we
5
never see. But
seconds
I definitely agree with you. Like the Axe, I haven't seen go through. I don't think.
I don't think I've seen Axe go through
Reserve
since
time.
like probably a month. It's actually ridiculous. That hero gets banned all the time. Troll gets banned often, but yeah, sometimes he does go through. But how does this change your mindset going into this game? The fact that you've got these heroes that you typically don't see as often.
Radiant team.
Now all of a sudden in the draft.
In a game we've seen recently, Lena dealt with Troll pretty handily with when she got Ags going. So I don't know if that's a standard thing. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, but it depends on if Lena dominates her lane, I think.
10
I don't think this game is that much different than the other game. I think Axe is probably pretty good against Troll. Because when the high attack speed, weak heroes hit him, he's gonna get a lot of spins.
Spin,
And not really
spin,
take much
yeah.
damage,
Dire
yeah.
team pick.
And
What do you think of those bans? Tidehunter? Tidehunter banned into a Witch Doctor pickup, and AA banned into a Witch Doctor pickup. They knew they were gonna pick Witch Doctor for sure there, I
yeah.
think.
I think they had a high probability of that. Witch Doctor, of course, pairs incredibly well with the Axe. I'm guessing the Lena's going to be going mid, but even still, Lena lands a stun. That sets Witch Doctor up. Even if he just lays down the Maledict and then she Lagunas, That hero's pretty much dead, but Lina should be pretty much finishing people off with Laguna most of the time this game.
10 seconds remaining.
The one exception may be Troll. As soon as you BKB, she's probably going to use the Laguna after getting eggs, and that will pierce the BKB. And then they need some kind of physical damage to finish him off.
Reserve time.
But that
Or
should,
dunk.
yeah. I guess. Yeah. Why not?
I think
right?
that's gonna be good. Yeah, it's definitely dunk is definitely powerful, man. I was a big Axe fan before he got popular.
The only issue I see with that is like, for Axe to be able to get himself in position to dunk there, I feel like he has to be waiting. He can't have already been in the fight, and I don't feel like that's how you want to play the Axe in general.
Yeah, we'll see. It's always dangerous to be lower around an Axe, that's for sure.
Yeah. But we see Jug.
If he dunks somebody else and then runs at the troll, the troll's probably dead.
Yeah. Because then he has move speed as well, right?
Yeah, he gets the move speed from the dunk.
Skyrath.
Dire
That's a
team
scary
pick.
realm link support duo.
Yeah.
And troll's pretty good solo in the lane, right?
Yes, he's incredibly strong in the lane solo. But the question is are they going to put that troll mid against the Lina, or are
Actually,
they going to save
no
Lina?
idea how that lane would go. I'm pretty sure. I actually don't know. I have no clue.
I think Lina just wins lanes. Like, I don't know.
10
Like,
seconds
you can't
remaining.
stop Lina from getting what she wants, and she's really
Lina's-
not that vulnerable.
Lena in lane is
5
very similar to
seconds
Death Prophet,
remaining.
but she has a second nuke to make it almost impossible to try to all in her.
Reserve
Yeah.
time.
You know, like if you all in a Death Prophet and she nukes you, that's all she's got. But if you go on Lena all in, she stuns you. So there's a big difference there. And Lena's right click it's a longer animation, but it's more potent in chasing people down.
And once she gets her bottle, then she's just set. Like, she's going to be able to control the lane, so you need someone who has strong wave clear to deal with the fact that she's going to be pushing the lane up on you. Because if she's able to bottle crow constantly and get runes on top of that, like, you can't do anything about it. Lena's just going to completely dominate the lane. She's going to get everything she needs.
I think we're gonna come to find out Lena's weakness is just one hero ganking her. I'm fairly certain that's the hero's weak point, and I'm pretty sure a Skywrath mage and a troll can kill her.
Like troll laning mid and Sky just sitting on the Lina,
Yeah.
basically.
Or pretty much any hero just ganking her. Like, I think that's gonna be the issue with heroes like Lena. I mean, as a mid lane player myself, like what I see with mid Lena is you're gonna probably win your lane, dominate your lane, and what you have to bring to the table is complete dominance. After that, like you need to be really strong, and other similarly weak heroes, gankable heroes like Sniper, they pay off really big in the late game.
Pick.
Whereas like Lena is just, she's a strong hero absolutely in the mid game, but if you invest too much into keeping her safe, it's probably not the best idea. So I would think she's best in games where she's not gonna just feed from getting ganked over and over.
I mean, if we go back and we think about heroes that you typically picked in the mid lane just to dominate the lane, and they were pretty much a sure
10 seconds remaining.
pick for dominating the mid lane. We've got Viper.
seconds
For a long
remaining.
time, he was just dominating, although not so much anymore. I don't think he's really comparable with Lina because you didn't really sit on a Viper to stop him. But if you go back further, then you have OD. And OD was kind of like that. He just completely dominated. No matter who you put mid, you were going to win. He was going to win the lane. But if you actually sat on him, put a little bit of pressure on him, and he kind of fell behind, he almost felt like he wasn't a hero anymore. And I guess that's what you're saying. Do the same thing to Lina. Stop her from being able to snowball. And there was a game. I don't know if you were casting with me. I believe it was actually Carson +4. I think it was their team. They were playing Alina mid, and she just fell behind, and she didn't get her
10
Yules
seconds
going for a
remaining.
while. And
Yeah, if the Yules get stopped, if you stop
Yeah.
her before the
5
Yules, it's
seconds
really bad for her.
remaining.
the Yules
but-
was really late, and then it almost got to a point where the Yules was actually not the right pickup.
Reserve time.
But then she still went for it, and she tried to get back in the game, and it just never happened. She just kept feeding,
That's like-
feeding.
10
But
seconds
stopping
remaining.
Alina before her Yules, first of all, Lena's like a more dominant hero than Storm. I'm about to draw a
5
comparison to Storm.
seconds remaining.
Lena's like
Yeah.
a more lane dominator hero than Storm, and that's like stopping Storm before his Oblivion staff. Like, that's a
Yeah.
lot to ask for. I think she's slightly more ganky, like able to be ganked than Storm, though.
Yeah.
Like Storm just drops remnants and runs, I guess. Lina
Well-
seems dead when she gets ganked. Storm has high
And-
armor. I don't know.
Lina can retreat to the jungle, but it's not the same as Storm doing so either. Like once Storm hits 6, he can kind of just go into the jungle and clear a couple stacks, and then he's off the map, and that's scary. Lina doesn't really have that pressure. She kind of does, but she can't clear the
10
jungle
seconds
as
remaining.
fast, and she's not as scary when she's off the map.
So now that MadeInVenezuela has picked up
5
Brewmaster,
seconds
you think
remaining.
this is going to be a situation where the Brewmaster's mid?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Brew mid and safe lane Troll.
10 seconds
Now,
remaining.
Dota Time Friends also picked up Slark, so I'm guessing it's going to be Lina mid,
5
Slark
seconds
safe lane,
remaining.
and Axe off lane. And what that means is that's actually going to tie up the supports
Radiant team
on MadeInVenezuela, so they're not really going to be able to roam away from the Troll too much,
Well,
especially
what's-
now with the
what-
Abaddon.
What's going on here, Nis? It's Lina mid, Witch Doctor support. What's going on?
I believe it's Witch Doctor, Slark safe lane, and they're probably going to run Abaddon, Axe off lane.
So like I figured,
Like
Nerlus on
2-1-2,
support.
yeah. And then they'll be going up against Brewmaster mid, Troll, Venge, Sky, safe lane,
You said
and
it's Axe
Timber off.
Abaddon off lane?
Yeah, I believe that's probably what they're going to do.
I've seen Sunken Axe off lane before against the Razor, actually. He died a lot. Is he Axe right now?
prepare for
Sunken's
battle.
Abaddon.
Oh, I've seen Sunken off lane Axe and die like a million times in a game. I don't remember which game it was. He was against a Razor, though. He killed a Razor once, and then he kept trying to do it, and he just started dying. It was really sad. It was his team playing against a team where they were the underdogs, and it looked like he was gonna like win the game for them by winning unwinnable offlane, and then he just started dying. Oh, I can't remember
All
what
right.
tournament that was.
Well, let's introduce the teams before we get too much into this, as you can see that I'm already correct with the lanes. But I'll introduce the Radiant side. We've got MadeInVenezuela. Playing their Skywrath is going to be Tactics. Playing the Troll is going to be Clairvoyance. Not sure if that's actually Clairvoyance. We've got Shady. I'm just going to think it's Shady. Playing the Brewmaster. We've got Crazy Nude Banana. What a
30
name.
seconds
Playing the
to
Vengeful
battle.
Spirit. And we've got Pakelny. I'm probably butchering that. Playing the Timbersaw.
For Dire side, Team Dota Time Friends has got Nerla on the support Witch Doctor. It has Brink on what I believe is a mid Lina. Then we have Dr. Doom on Axe in the bot lane with Abaddon, who's played by Sunken. To wrap things up, we have Brunster, friend of mine, on Slark, playing the
battle
what's it going to be like
begins.
almost a solo safe lane, it looks like. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to protect their lane now.
Yeah, so what else do we have? We've got a smoke on the Skywrath Mage, as well as a set of sentries. Actually, both teams starting with a set of sentries, as Nerla has picked up a set of sentries as well on that Witch Doctor.
Colloquially, Nerla. It's definitely too Nerla. But we have, I was wrong. He's definitely going to zone the Timber at the start of the game. I don't know why I said that. He's
Well,
already got the D ward too.
he's
man.
even
What a
getting the
player.
D ward, yeah, I just caught that. So it is going to be the Slark and the Witch Doctor going up against the Timbersaw, and that leaves in the mid lane, as predicted, the Timber against the Lina, and the bottom lane, we've got that dual lane of Axe Abaddon going up against the Sky, Venge, and Troll. So I actually... Oh, Timbersaw taking quite a bit of damage, I think. I'm actually not sure about that, Goofy. I think this Timbersaw is really going to struggle in this top lane. He's going to get harassed quite a bit. He's going to get a decent amount of XP, but he's going to get harassed. And starting with just a set of tangos, he may run into some issues with regen.
Nerla's like such a good player, man. He's one of my favorite players in the NA amateur scene for sure. I think he always plays well, and he's a support player who's he's consistently high solo MMR. He's just a great player in my opinion.
It's not easy. It's not
Yeah.
easy. Both mentally and physically.
So watch out for those Ninja Witch Doctor wards this game. I think he'll probably do a pretty good job zoning the Timber. Lina's winning mid as well.
Yeah, and I think that's to be expected. The Panda is going to get pretty much what he needs in the mid lane. That's what he does, right? He just has to go get his bottle, and he's already got that coming in on the courier right now. And once he has that, he can step up, clap the wave, get some last hits, and he should be okay. Lina is going to completely dominate
Look
in
at
terms
the Radiant
of
jungle, man. They have a chase
forcing
down.
back. Yep. His tactics getting chased down by the Axe, who surprisingly went battle hunger.
He did. It was it's not cooldown now.
Yep. And Miss Timber really struggling in the top lane. Two Nails all over him.
I think by having presence in the Radiant jungle, they stopped their Lina from getting ganked, which is probably what when they saw the Skywrath bench, they probably said the same thing we said, that strong support roaming do, and here they are. They just smoked up in the Radiant jungle. So let's see if they can make their move.
And this has to be called.
Yeah, I would think
like,
so.
This rotation has to happen very, very quickly. There's no waiting around pretty much when you make this. Because good players will call this out. And we actually see in the top lane, Nerla going down. Timber will go down as well, but he does get not only the XP but the first blood.
See, Brink probably knows this is here at this point. Like,
yeah,
I
this is taking too long.
Even I wouldn't move up here, so. And I'm greedy. This was made more obvious by the fact that he pushed out the lane, and the supports still haven't shown in the time that he was there in between. So he knows that it's here, and he's not going to fall for it. It doesn't look like, unless they're extremely patient or they dive him.
And it's not like the supports are trying to set. Oh, they're going to go now actually onto Brink in the mid lane. Who, well, immediate TP. They knew this was coming. Sunken's going to be there to get the shield up onto Brink, and then they're going to turn around. They already got one kill on the Venge. The Skywrath's going to go down as well, and now the Panda's lost so much HP. I don't think he's going to go down. Oh, he did get quite low there.
That Lina range is just ridiculous.
Yeah, but that was
a bait. It looked like.
Yeah, we pointed out the fact that rotation has to happen quickly. It didn't. They waited a little bit too long, and it was pretty clear that they were just waiting for that. As Sunken immediately.
They cut it close though.
Yeah.
That was definitely a ballsy play. Nevertheless, look, he's stacking the Radiant jungle. Sunken stacking the Radiant jungle for his axe. That's picking up a bounty rune in the process. It's really good.
And Nerla even getting a lot of damage on this Panda, who did get to refresh his bottle by picking up that invis, but oh, he even dropped a sentry here. He could get the kill. Panda's gonna have to. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. I thought he was gonna have to bottle chug for that next auto attack, but it didn't come through. I think it actually would have required 2 anyways. But yeah, you talked about Sunken stacking this jungle for his own axe, and that's quite telling. The fact that you're a dual lane off lane going up against a tri lane, and you have enough confidence in your ability to control that Radiant jungle that you can stack it and have your axe come clear it in a bit.
Yeah, I think Dire Team's in a good position right now. They have the 2 highest farmers, and then Axe is next to Troll. So when that stack comes off, Axe is probably going to be the most farmed hero in the game. Which is it's really significant to have your offlaner that farm. But he's dual offlane, so.
Yeah, but I think what that will also do is also show that DTF has gotten an XP lead, and I want to check that in just a second here. So I'll bring it up, and you can tell they're almost a 2,000 XP lead already, just from being 2-1-2 versus 1-1-3. They're getting a lot more XP in this off lane than the Timber is. He's been getting
Brewmaster bottom gank right now.
That's a little risky play coming up from the Brewmaster, and they may not even get the kill on Sunken here. Oh, they will. Okay. I think if that Skywrath attack didn't land or didn't finish him off, he actually would have been okay.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I was pretty sure he was dead when he's still there. When the Brewmaster, he saw the Brewmaster in the river on ward, so.
Yeah.
I think he's just cocky and died.
Timber taking quite a bunch of damage, and the Venge will TP in to try and help his teammate, but Brunster will get the kill onto Pekelme. Crazy Nude Banana not able to get there in time. Brink bottling up a haste.
Look at this dive on Skywrath. He's gonna hunger him, he's gonna die.
Dr. Doom almost getting the kill with the Aphotic Shield blowing up on him, but not able to get the hunger off. He will get it off onto Troll, and that's unfortunate. That's definitely worse. You actually want your Skywrath to die there instead of your Troll for sure. But Pekelme trying to get the return kill. Ooh, he tried to juke it. He realized the trees were going to be the only way that Timber was going to get the kill, but he does get the kill.
That was a pretty quick skill from Timber. That was pretty well done. He skilled his 6 almost immediately after getting it. Put the Abaddon in the awkward position. Look at Lina, dude.
Look at Lina so deep on this Panda, who will get the split off, and now she's on the run, but she does have that haste, so she should be able to get out of there. Will he use the tornado?
He should have NATO'd her. But, I mean, I don't think you should pick Brewmaster if that's going to happen.
Here comes the tornado. She will land now. She'll just turn around and kill the Brewmaster, and that was just a little comical to see that whole series of events there. Brewmaster, not Not making the Wodota plays there, unfortunately.
Yeah, you definitely get a mixed bag in these AM tournaments. Sometimes you're playing especially a sex you're playing with a team you're not familiar with. They're like, I want to pick Brewmaster. You're like, I can kind of play Brewmaster, and then that happens. It doesn't say much about the player himself, but certainly stuff like that happens in sex.
I mean, and that was just one unfortunate series of events. He did make a rotation down to bottom just before that, and they did get the kill onto the Abaddon, so that's not the worst. Although I do think that was a little bit of a risky play. I called it when he first came out of the jungle, out of the river to make that gank. Because if you don't land a kill there, then you're in a bad position as your mid. You've just missed a bunch of XP. Lina's been sitting mid, free farming, and probably pushing the wave on your tower. And you're just getting further and further behind because you made a rotation that just didn't pan out.
Lina's definitely off the ground here, I would say. Slark's got Midas. He just picked up his Midas.
Dr. Doom's gonna go down here to the troll though.
That's good for the troll, man. They need gold on their troll, that's for sure.
He got pretty aggressive. He was pushed up pretty far, and then Tactics came in behind, slowed him, and that allowed Clairvoyance to get a bunch of damage in. And
I would say there's a network gap definitely building for DTF little by little, like slow, sure steps. What can Radiant do to kind of counteract that? You think they need to get their blinks up and then it'll change, or?
Well, I think there's
or their blink on Brew, I should say.
There was an important moment that just happened that allowed that axe to die there, and that was all the wards that the Dire Side had placed in the Radiant jungle had just fallen. So they don't have any vision. The vision right now is going to be on Sunken, as he's got the 2 observer wards. So they need to keep track of Sunken and really limit where he's able to place those.
Here's the axe being contested for the stack that they made for him.
Yeah, that's him pushing out for the stack and trying to create that room for Sunken. But
it's a good silence.
Yeah, they're going to get the kill here. Sunken.
Oh
no, he will get the shield. Oh, Timber. Just not getting there in time. That was close. He's going to die for it.
Grapple, dude.
That was really long. He does have Chakram up, and that should be the dead Dr. Doom, and they also got Sunken.
That guy certainly plays a lot of Timbersaw, man. That was the longest. That was the longest Timber chain I've ever seen in my life. I think he just threw it, hoping it would hit the tree, and it just did. That was sick.
If that was me, I probably would have thrown that Timber chain straight down the lane and wondered why there wasn't a tree there.
Yep.
But that was exactly what they needed to do. They had already lost control of their jungle, but that moment had come where those wards had gone down. Even if they didn't know where they were, they had come down. I think they actually got the one at bottom rune by counter-warding it. But the other one going down was quite important, because now they've actually completely taken over their bottom lane. And they may even be able to get a tier 1 tower on the back of this, depending on how DTF chooses to defend. Because MadeInVenezuela, they are still sitting with 4 down here. And will this be a trade, do you think?
I think you're trying to trade for top. I don't think either tower's going to go down.
It all depends if this Timber is going to stay for this next wave. And I don't know. He's hesitant. I think if they wanted to push, they would have walked up and wiped the wave. They're looking for another kill, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, if Brunster gets his tower uncontested, Slark's going to start to be a huge mid-game threat, I think.
I don't know, the Timber's back in lane here. I think they might go for it.
They're going for both. Yeah, probably right now.
Bench did just pick up a TP. Gonna TP to the mid lane.
Top's certainly dead if they...
Yeah, it should be dead this next wave. That catapult, they managed to keep it alive. Nerla, I think, was tanking the tower there. And they've got a
Brunster
TP
tanked
from...
it a little with his ult regen, and then... they used... Neither tower goes down, like I said. I had a feeling that this was going to happen. It was like, I don't know, it wasn't time to do that for either team.
I don't think it was time, but the fact that they took so much damage in their top tier 1, it looked like the Timber just staying down there, it looked like they really wanted to trade there. But
yeah, Nerla's in a little bit of danger top.
Oh yeah, he's going to go down. I was a little late jumping to that one, but...
And the axe is still contesting it. He's not accepted that his axe is gone.
It's just the mud golems now too, and Clairvoyants are going to finish those.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh,
here we go. Here comes Brink. With that Yules, that's going to be a dead Skywrath. And no need to use Laguna there. And now Clairvoyance is going to get chased down.
Look how fast that hero is, man. It's almost silly. Like
he just needs to juke the stun, and he will. So he should be fine. Shady's gonna try to turn it
Dire's
around,
middle
but that's not gonna
tower is
happen.
under attack.
Oh my god, Lina is such a silly hero.
She's so fast, dude. It's unreal.
That's what happens when a hero gets buffed forever and then like never picked, and then like all of a sudden it starts getting picked. You realize how ridiculous it is. Friendster gets another kill on Timbersaw on top.
Well, I forget when it was, but it was some time like 2 years ago or something in Dota 1.
Radiant's top
Maybe
tower
even more
is
than
under
that.
attack.
Because, I mean, Dota 2's been around for 2 years. It was in Dota 1 where Lina got
Radiant's top tower
her
has
last
fallen.
nerf. And since then, she's been just been getting buffed along the way. Which is absolutely ridiculous to think of that, but...
Yeah, Faceless Void had the same thing happen to him. Like, where all of a sudden the hero's just like,
Radiant's
buff,
bottom
things
tower
added
is
up,
under
and
attack.
then all of a sudden it's just too much. Juggernaut's the same way too, right? Juggernaut hasn't been nerfed in a long time.
Another Yule's onto the Venge, and she's going to be dead here.
Oh, maybe
No
not.
mana for the Laguna! Oh no! Brink is going to go down! Crazy Nude Banana will survive. That was a
Nerla
little
finds
bit of a
himself in an
disaster
awkward
there.
spot.
He should be okay though.
Radiant structures are
I think they needed the
fortified.
Panda to die with him. If Panda had blinked, Nerla was definitely dead, but he's still a little ways away from that.
Axe is doing his
Dire's
classic lane
middle
cut
tower
maneuver
is
bottom,
under attack.
while
The creep
Abaddon
steals.
pushes out.
Radiant's bottom
Now I
tower
think we're gonna
is
see a
under
tower trade.
attack.
Bot for mid.
And this, I mean, this has got to be advantage made in Venezuela. But we've got TP support coming into the bottom lane. Looks like
Oh no, but they gave
we're
up the
not
mid
going to have
again.
it. Yeah.
There's no
Dire's
trade
middle
again.
tower is
That really looked like a trade that time. I don't
Both
know.
teams,
Baited.
both teams clearly valuing their towers.
Yeah, I guess that favors the late game team, which is neither of them. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I guess that favors DTF going into late game.
Another Yule's onto the troll in the bottom lane. Brink doesn't even care the fact that this Panda, or sorry, the Timber is just throwing saw blades on her. We'll get the kill onto the troll. I guess you don't really have to care if you have no threat of dying, especially with Sunken arriving.
I think the longer this mid game is extended, the more this Lina Yules comes into play and can make a huge impact.
That was actually a very, very slight play from Dr. Doom, but a very important one. As he found himself in a really awkward position, and they
Radiant's
could have
middle tower
easily gotten a
is
kill on
under
him, but he backed out the right way. Brunster, wow, now we'll get the pounce onto Crazy Nude Banana. They will get the kill there. Dr. Doom and him will back away.
Lina picks off Skyrath in the jungle,
Feed the
sharing all that.
flames.
And that's... I mean, you've got Lina and
Radiant's
Nerla
bottom
combining
tower.
for a kill in the Radiant
Radiant's
jungle.
bottom tower
On top of
has
that, you've
fallen.
got a 3v2 and you're still managing to lose it. Just kind of a disaster for Made in Venezuela there. They need to... It seems like when they're split, it's just not working out for them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And finally, we
Radiant's
see one of
middle
those
tower has
mid-tier
been
1 towers go
denied.
down.
You're dropping frames or anything like that, Niz? Someone told me that they're having stream issues.
I have 0 drop frames, so... Well, it shouldn't be on my end.
Yeah, it's probably not on your end. I just thought I'd mention it.
I might be streaming at a little high of a bit
Yeah,
rate
I
for
think
them.
keeping these yeah, maybe drop the bitrate a little bit. Someone keeps getting pauses, but I don't know how if it's too low already. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't think I can do that live. I could
But,
be completely wrong on that, but
What was I saying?
Troll's gonna go down in the bottom lane again.
The longer those tier 1 towers stay up, it helps this Lina dominate the mid game. This fight is
We do have a split from the Brewmaster, and he's gonna go after Lina, but Lina's already blown her load. And in the end, that was just a split to kind of zone Sunken back so that they could get the kill on the support Witch Doctor, who will get a return kill thanks to the Maledict.
yeah. Recently, Urn was changed to do damage, right? And so it procs like big Maledict ticks now. And that's what happened to the Skyrath mage. He got earned plus Maledict. I say recently, but it was months ago. You know, wouldn't have done that back in my day.
Oh, they're gonna go on this lane. No, they're not.
Just goes to show how buffs to items
They
can be
should go.
buffs
This
to
one's real.
abilities.
We're gonna see another Yule's kill coming out on Crazy Banana there as he's gonna go down, and this is just Lina snowballing out of control. This is what Lina does best.
Yep, and we're gonna see the
Ooh,
Axe come up. So
damage.
one of the things, oh, this is during a fight, I guess, but
Dire's top tower
Brink is
under
taking a lot of damage. He will go down there, and that was a huge kill for them. That was a
Yeah,
big
that
streak.
definitely,
Dominating
man.
streak coming out from her. And Nerla in a little bit trouble as well, as he's got a troll kind of glued to his
Dire's
back.
top tower
And there's pretty
is
much
under
no way
attack.
he's getting out of that. He will go down. Tactics now has Dr. Doom on him. But he has his teammates coming to support. Now Dr. Doom's the one in trouble, but Brunster's coming back in the fight. Doesn't have much mana though. Just has enough for his Q.
They're just pushing their luck in the jungle, man.
Yep. Now Brunster's the one in trouble. They've already lost 3. I think Brunster should be fine. I don't think they'll be able to get the kill here. No one really has mana. Ooh, nice swap!
As there's a swap.
That was a really nice swap. I was checking all the mana. I was just like, okay, pandas can blink, but he doesn't have mana to do anything. But Crazy Nude Banana with the swap gets the stun and secures that kill. And that, I mean, that's the kind of thing that can happen. 4 for 1 trade when you're ahead. Look at the gold swing on that. You got 3,000 gold gained for MadeInVenezuela, and then 800 lost for DTF. So 3,800 gold swing. Just 18 minutes into this game. Look at the gold graph, and they were already had over 7,500 gold prior to that event.
Yeah, what I think we have to look for is the troll getting big. The troll needs to get big. He needs to get so big that when he's BKB and he gets the Laguna, he doesn't instantly die.
That was so unfortunate for the Brewmaster. He was almost done his TP, and then Lina comes in, drops the big Laguna.
Yeah.
He goes down. He would have ticked out in the fountain even if his TP went off, but...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, assuming the Laguna didn't kill him, I mean.
What needs to happen is the core heroes on Radiant need to be able to survive Laguna Blade for them to move forward in this game. Because it's...
And how do you do that? Like, you're already... Lina's basically has eggs. 120 gold away.
BKB doesn't even cut it at this point. You just... Maybe you just kill her, but she uses herself. She's a frustrating hero to play against. I think she needs to get caught out of position to die.
And that's actually one of the important things. You talked about just the dunk finishing off the BKB target like a troll. If they want to Laguna the troll and then dunk him, they have that potential. Because really Brunster on the Slark isn't really going to be able to jump on him and do as much damage as they're looking for, much physical damage as they're looking for to finish off a target like troll. So that's where that dunk is really going to come in handy. There's pretty much Laguna dunk at this point in the game will kill anyone, I think. I don't think anyone would be able to survive a level 2 Laguna. It'd be close, at least.
Which team do you think is favored coming into mid to late game?
I mean, right now, it's got to be DTF.
Yeah, I gotta say...
The Linus is too strong right now.
Yeah, I gotta say DTF is ahead. I think, did they get their blink up on their axe before Brewmaster's blink?
Probably.
We need to keep track of stuff like that. But,
I mean, I was keeping track of the Panda blink. I'm not sure if Axe already had his, because they were playing pretty aggressive in the jungle. But.
So we didn't even mention that they just rushed, but they rushed.
I was watching it.
Yeah, I didn't mention it, but they rushed. So, Aegis on Slark, he's a dangerous Aegis carrier. I say that about almost every Aegis carrier, but Slark is a particularly good one. He's a slippery hero.
As long as it's not Dragon Knight.
He's got short cooldown, so he can use his abilities, die, come back, use his abilities.
Under attack.
He's one of those heroes that's likely to get away after Aegis. He can save his ult for afterwards if he really wants to.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, we're going to have TP response in the top lane to stop this Panda from going from the trade. And Laguna comes out, he's dead.
And they're happy with that?
I guess. You know,
Yeah,
I guess... Oh, Brunster, that was a little bit of an aggressive play, but he does have that Aegis. He will pounce away. Dr. Doom will jump in, get the taunt off onto 2. But Sky will drop his ult. And that is one dead axe. And this was a little crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
they're
this is
just
a 3v4.
overstaying their welcome once in a while in the jungle.
But they had just TP'd 2 up top to get the kill on a Panda. They knew that they were just 3.
Yeah, for sure. It's the same thing that happened last time. They were one at a time in the jungle, but I think they feel like they have a commanding lead. I think they might even think they're more ahead than they are.
Let me take a look at the gold graph. They are pretty far ahead, but they're not that far ahead, like you said.
I think Brink is probably telling his team that they can't lose already.
It's only 6,000 gold.
Yeah, and as it gets later, it's not as big of a deal if it stays even. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Axe, it's so hard as Axe when you see a taunt to not take it. You just envision that one time where you spawn like crazy and you just think you're gonna dunk everybody. That's how I'd play him at least.
Well,
It's probably not the best.
I think what happened is they were all backing, and then Brunster kind of got caught out on top of that observer ward. He went back in for a second, and then he started backing away and he pounced away. He still had Aegis and everything, but I think that completely changed the mindset of that Axe. And then he saw that big taunt, and he went for it. And well,
Can't blame Brunster for Axe blinking in though. That's for sure.
well, no, but like, I'm just saying. I think they all had the idea of backing away, but
Except Brunster, maybe. Brunster wanted to do stuff, but but yeah, definitely, man. It's so hard to resist those big taunts.
I think this top tower is finally going to go down, but it will get denied.
Yeah, on DTF's terms, it goes down.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
With Lina being able to solo Brewmaster, there's not much he can do there. What do you think? The Brewmaster needs to pick up like a Ogre Axe, or does he want BKB? You can't split if Lina heals you, right? You're gonna fall and get stunned. Correct?
Yes. It should be.
So, yeah, it should. There's
you
no
pretty
way.
much can't do anything if the
If
sun
he times it
properly.
perfectly, yeah.
Everyone's in a lot of trouble, and this is, oh my goodness, the troll does so much damage. Oh my god, he got both. Tactics did help out with the Mystic
Top
Flare.
tower is under attack.
Brunster will revive. Sunken will just TP away. That's a nice TP in the
Nerla is
middle of
gonna-
a team fight.
Oh,
Nerla
Nerla's gonna
walked
go down
in
as well.
basically to his death. Brunster will get the kill on the Sky.
That's how you gotta play Slark, man. You gotta sneak those kills in fights when you can.
Yep. And he will be able to get away, but
Lina gets a tier 2 during that. Definitely not the best exchange for Venezuela.
no, I don't think it was bad though. It was looking like they were going to lose their troll, but troll managed to get 2 before he went down, and then they even managed to get another kill onto the Witch Doctor. It did cost them their Skywrath, so in the end, you know, it was a 2 for 3, but they did lose that tower. In top tier 2. Wow, we already have a Mystic Staff as well picked up by Brink, so he's already well on his way to his Sheep Stick. Sunken's going to have a Yules as well. Dr. Doom's picked up an Ogre Club. Is that BKB?
I think so.
That's just to deal with what?
Well, Timber,
Sky?
Timber and Sky, I think. If Axe taunts, he pretty much is stuck standing still because he's surrounded. It's really easy to flare him. I mean, Skywrath ult him, you know. And I think it just Axe doesn't want to be bothered when he's in, man. Could be an Axe, man. I make Axe like every game out hero because it's so fun. But it's a BKB. He picks up the recipe right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard, I think. When I played Axe, at least. I don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Against a team
attack.
like this, too. They don't do. No one but Troll does anything to you while you're BKB'd.
Well, we will have a smoke from MadeInVenezuela, and right before they push out of their base doing it, I want to draw attention to the mini-map and look at all the wards from both teams. We actually have 4 from the Radiant side out on the map, and 3 from the Dire, and pretty much all of them are on the Radiant side of the map. Just DTF trying to lock their opponents down in their base, and MadeInVenezuela trying to do everything to get a little bit of vision so that they can push out of their base. Surprisingly, none of those wards are overlapping from either team. Fortunately, the smoke won't do anything for them. I guess the next target's going to be Roche, as he's going to be up. Well, we're going to find out within a minute how long before he's up.
That is a well-placed ward for Dire and
Which one is one right
the
here?
Radiant Jungle. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
It's just
that sentry ward is actually placed a little bit high. That's why it's not catching it. But yeah, the sentry ward's typically a little bit lower around here, and that will catch that ward.
I think that ward is placed to dodge the sentry, though. Like, maybe they definitely placed it down there for a reason. Like,
Yeah, you typically want your ward down there to give you a little bit more vision down in this area, and supporting any and to spot any TPs coming in on the tier 2. And it's a really strong Roche ward. But the ward location that will really dodge sentries is actually more off to the left. It doesn't give you quite as much information of the jungle of any kind of rotation up through here. but it does do pretty much everything else that other ward does, and will dodge any sentry. But we've got another smoke, and I don't know what they're trying to find here. As they're just going to back away. We have a really long Roche spawner timer. 2.5 minutes.
A common mistake Dire players will make is they'll place a Radiant jungle ward. This is not always a mistake, but in certain situations they'll place the ward here and block the large camp, and then the Radiant team knows where it is, and they just deward it right away.
Yeah.
And it's happens a lot, man. Happens 5K solo games. Happens everywhere.
And
especially people who aren't that familiar with support.
That just comes out from inexperience playing support in the warding role.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I think
at a high level at least, right? Like there's plenty of players that will place that ward all the time and it just won't get sentried. But when you're playing at a high level, that stuff's going to get sentried, even if it's not blocking the camp, because they just know you've got vision in this location. Whether it's by spotting one of your rotations or just that's where you want to ward right now. So let's go drop a sentry. And that's the kind of thing that MadeInVenezuela needs to do at this point in the game. Sacrifice a little bit of this gold on your supports, buy a couple sets of sentries, and just place them down. Try to find this vision.
They've got a great control of their jungle right now with their ward placement, though. Like, I'd feel pretty comfortable if I was them.
They just lost the one up on their pillar. But the fact that they've got 3 others on the map is kind of telling, right? They've just used those 2 sets to give them vision for the 7 minutes. After the 7 minutes, they're just going to fall back down to 2. And it's whether or not they've gained enough control of the map to be able to push back out and have control of their Radiant jungle with just 2 sets of wards.
I'm sure DTF has essentially decided that they're just waiting for Rosh at this point.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll make a bot tier 2 push. That's one thing you might do before you Rosh at this stage of the game. Just to get that off the map, so there's no TP point. And then, especially if you win a small skirmish there, just back up to Rush. And that's like that's one of those like finishing moves, you know what I mean? You take the bot tier 2, you take Rush, put the other team in a very awkward spot. And usually sets you up to take the other tier 2 towers as well.
This comes back to that moment where they were pushing as 5, this bottom tier 2, and Panda was up top, and then they TP'd 2 to defend their tier 1. When I think they could have just traded and wiped out this tier 2 tower.
Yeah,
and then
they
wouldn't
kill on Panda again, though, in that situation. That's...
Radiant's bottom tower is under
the hero doesn't want to die anymore, man. He has picked up his Ograx now, though. No. He just picked up his Ograx. Just with good 250 hit points.
Gonna quickly go through all the heroes here so we can get an idea of what they all have. Brewmaster went with Vanguard and then the Ogre. Max, like you said.
Vanguard?
Or, sorry, not Vlad's. Yeah, that's what that thing's called. 2 items I almost never buy.
Witch Doctor's almost done with his Zags. So
yeah, that's gonna be huge.
50% in change. He's got 750 in the bank. Yeah, it doesn't even look like they want this tower. It looks like they'd rather take the fight at Rosh.
Oh, no, they're going to get the opening onto Timber Saw. They're going to lead with the Yules, and they even cancel his Timber Chain.
Nice.
They will swap him away, though. That's good. But they lose the Panda before he's even able to split. Nerla will go down as well, but Timber's down. Brunster will pop his ult and walk away from the fight, but he'll be back in just a second as he regens back up. Sunken now. He's just playing man mode, Abaddon, here, as he's right-clicking down the Skyrat. They already have 3 down. Now Crazy Nude Banana's going to go down. And that was actually a nice play there.
It's going to be a rampage.
The Yules onto the Clairvoyance. Onto Clairvoyance. And yes. Oh, Brink will have to Yules himself.
Oh, I thought they were going to give him the rampage.
No. Just a quad for Brink.
Oh, so close. They should have let him Dragon when he came down. He had it up by the time his heals was over.
But just that play to Yules the Troll while they were focusing down the Venge. The Troll he wasn't really a threat to them, but they said, you know what, we're going to get this, and if we Yules him, we'll be able to get the kill on the Troll.
Yeah, that's the power of Yules, man.
Yeah.
It's just such a versatile item.
And, they'll be able to clean up this tier 3, and probably the melee racks, and then I'm guessing they will back and go for Roche, which both teams should know is up by now.
Oh, look at that sheep, man.
Oh, that Panda.
That was disgusting.
I wasn't exactly watching Brink, but he may have actually already had that pre-selected. He knew the Panda was going to
that was a pre-selected sheep, 100%.
Yeah.
Put me out.
Gross. Or he's sheep botting.
Sheep botting. I don't think that exists, but
I definitely exist, dude. I saw a Russian streamer once. Whenever anybody blinked on him, he would instantly cast Hex. It's like super cheating. He wouldn't even use his mouse. How do you use hacks, man? No hacks allowed in Dota. Can you imagine that though? You just get so fed up with trying to sheep people that you like your Russian sheep bot or whatever. It's more sad than anything. Today, like clicking fast finally defeated you, and you just decided you're gonna have the computer do it for you. Anyway, they're going for a Roche here.
As they're going for Roche, maybe we should talk about what the pre-selected blink is, or sheep is. And that's just, you know that a target's going to be blinking in, and you just basically select your sheep, and you're either holding it waiting for him to blink in, or you're already casting it on him. So your hero starts running towards the hero because you know he's going to blink in at that moment. As soon as he blinks in, you're already facing him and already moving towards him, and you've already got it selected, so it goes off before he's able to do anything.
Rosh is, hopefully Doom dunks the Rosh. Hopefully he knows he can dunk Rosh. Oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't have to.
Or didn't want to. But it gives him a sprint out of there, man. It's pretty
Merla
good.
will drop the ult, but the Timber will just jump away. Now he's going to come and put pressure on Merla as he's cancelled. Sunken, already used borrowed time. We'll get the Yules up onto the troll and TPing away.
Generally a pretty good idea to dunk Rosh. Because, especially in that situation, because your team moves max move speed there. It's a really big deal. But, also ensures your team gets the Rosh kill from any blink-ins. But, what we're talking about is, when you click on someone, and your character goes to sheep him, you can click on him, you click your sheep hotkey, click on him, if he doesn't come in right away, hit stop, so your character doesn't run too far, and then you click him again with sheep, and then, like, you're just going through the rhythm of clicking him over and over again, and when he comes in, he's gonna get instantly sheeped and die.
Yeah, if you ever try to, like, blink in and ravage or something like that as a Tide Hunter and you get sheeped before you're able to ravage, that's a player doing that, pretty much.
Yeah, at least Tide has his,
His Kraken Shell to clear it, yeah.
But, so, Brewmaster's probably the worst hero to have it happen to you on. Maybe when Storm jumps in, getting sheep.
We've seen it twice this game.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under
It's really well played, man. Even when you know that you can do that, people don't do it.
Yeah.
Same goes for Lion. Anybody with an instant sheep animation.
Radiant's top tower
You can even do it
is
with
under
Yules.
Yeah, Yules is the same principle.
Any instant disable.
Yeah, any instant, like, meant to make that point earlier as well. When you come down from Lina Orchid, you can cast any instant cast spells on her. Any instant, like, you will get an Orchid off if you come down from Yules. Against Lina, as long as you're spamming it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You wouldn't think, but you will. It's really useful as Storm, because what happens is you'll get Orchided a lot by Linas, and the matchup's already pretty bad in mid. So it's good to know that you can at least save your life by Orchiding her on the way down.
So, we had the tier 2 go down there. They're not able to punish any further, but that was a result of them just getting those 2 pickoffs in the mid lane.
Lina just picked up another Mystic Staff.
Oh my goodness.
What is
That's gotta be Shiva's, right?
She's OD, dude. She's gonna one-shot people with her ult.
Oh, look at the drawing on the map coming out from the Timber. I think he's just trying to say, like, the kind of vision that they have. They need to push out a little bit further. He was saying, basically, right now, they're hemmed in their base, and the second one he drew is they got to be able to push out and at least take their half of the map. So I'm not sure if it's the Timber calling the shots for them, but MadeInVenezuela is definitely still in there, still talking about the game, trying to find a way.
It's about a 20k lead for DTF, and you know, DTF keeps getting caught in the Radiant jungle. I don't want to say keeps, because it hasn't been a problem for them, but the Radiant team's probably scared now to go in their jungle, because they've been in there for most of the game. The Radiant team, they've been stacking the Radiant jungle since minute 1, so it's always been contested.
This is one of those things, as they just lose one observer word there, but this is one of those things that DTF knows that the Radiant's going to be scared to go back into their jungle. So what is the play that they make, the Radiant side? If you can't go into your jungle, just go up top. Take over your opponent's jungle. Move up here. They're not going to be there. They're not going to be up there. They're going to be so concerned of taking over your own, the Radiant jungle, that you're basically free to actually go and farm on their side of the map.
Yeah, that kind of strategy is effectively useful, and you're like anti-mage or someone that's hard to catch if only one hero comes for you.
Yeah.
Like, because there's likely going to be like one dire hero taking advantage of the dire jungle, and so but you don't want to bump into anybody that will solo you. But that's certainly knowing when to go into the opponent's jungle is such a big deal in Dota.
The point I wanted to make, though, is that they had these 2 observer wards, one here, one there, and then one down here that just got countered. But both of those spot those rotations up to the top lane, so they didn't even know, or so that they would know any kind of rotation going up to the top. Yules will open up on the Panda, but Crazy Nude Bananas there with the swap once again, but he'll go down. Mystic Flare will go down just onto Brunster, who will just step out of it. Even pops his ult and who will regenerate back up. So we've already lost the Timber and the Venge, and now the Panda split. It's about 3/4 of the way done. Brink trying to time the his stun to line up with the Panda split. Obviously didn't check,
Dire's top
but they will still be able to get the kill on the Panda in the end. Dr. Doom pushing up past everyone else, going after Clairvoyance, but with a buyback from Venge, he'll think better of it and will just back to get this this bottom melee Rax.
I actually thought this Rax was down. I don't know what game I'm watching.
Well,
they got it now, though. Yeah, they got it now.
Away, yeah.
And
Radiant's bottom barracks
that will probably
has
extend their
fallen.
lead to about 25k.
Ooh, Clairvoyance will get taunted here, and this could be huge. If they get Clairvoyance down, oh, he does have buyback, but they will most likely be able to force it out. Maybe not. He's still holding on to it. They're going to lose the Timber. And now, yeah, you definitely, I think, hold on to that buyback.
Poor Timber's got 2 charges on his Bloodstone, man. That's the bad Bloodstone life.
Gonna go for the mid. Brink just throwing out his stun on nothing to get that buff.
Yep. Selena's passive.
Fire Soul. Yeah. I don't know about this troll holding on to this buyback. Here it comes. But they've already lost the melee Rax.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Bruce Wood is down. Timber is
Radiant's
dead.
middle barracks
There's
has fallen.
Brave's got only single target damage left. I don't think they were clearing them out of mid one way or another.
Yeah, I think maybe they could have put up a little bit of a fight and tried to push them back. The downside to that is if you die, you lose the game.
Yeah.
But I think if you're making that decision to not try to push them back and have the potential of you dying and losing the game, then you don't buy back at all. Whereas here, he bought back after they lost Rax, and now he's
that was weird. Yeah, that was weird.
In kind of an awkward position. But they will smoke up as 5 and try to get something done.
They're doomed, man. They're doomed.
The Crazy Banana, or Naked Banana, has drawn to kind of go down top lane and wrap around into the jungle like that. But the other 4 are all off on their... or doing their own thing, I guess.
Total anarchy.
Well, will they be able to get the opening here on Brunster that they're looking for? Oh, Brunster's going to run right into them. Nerla's also right there. Oh, he just runs right through! Disaster Nerla with the snaky! Death Ward will get the kill. There's no way he's getting out of that. He goes down, but Brunster also gets the kill on the Crazy Nude Banana. That was a circus event.
Hey guys, don't mind me. I'm just walking through my jungle through 5 of you.
Oh my god. Oh,
That's
they will
so
get the
nice.
Yules off onto the Timber, who will be
Man.
left to die.
Jules is like
3 Bloodstone down to 2.
the multicolored raincoat. You know what I mean, man? Jules. It's like a toolkit, but it's only one item.
Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. And his Technicolor Dreamcoat? I forget what it is. I saw that play as a kid.
Did it have tornadoes, dude?
No, it
Otherwise,
didn't.
it's not
I
as
don't
good
think
as
so,
this.
at least.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They really want Clairvoyance. He's desperately running for his life. Oh my goodness. That was actually... I'll talk about that in a second. Good reaction from Clairvoyance. Double tapped his blink, I think. No, he actually couldn't have. Not to blink in that direction. But Dr. Doom will
Has fallen.
down here. There he goes. So they do manage to get the kill, but in the meantime, they've lost their top set of Rags. Sky goes down, and this is just pretty much the end of the game.
They're gonna fight Megas, I think. They haven't GG'd. Maybe they're just going for the one fight. Oh, they've killed Brink.
Better to burn out than fade
Radiant's
away.
middle tower is under attack.
Well, looks like we're following DTF into the next round.
Yeah, it looks like it. Even if they lose everyone here at the end. As Brunster just getting bashed to death. Clairvoyant should play some Spirit Breaker as well.
I played on a team with Bremster for a while, and he'd be like I'll be like, oh, who do you want to play offlane, Brunster? You'd be like, can you pick me Slark? I'd be like, no! No, I can't pick you Slark, are you kidding me? But obviously Slark is really good. I know he plays lots of solo queue, or he used to. I don't think he does anymore. But he used to play lots of solo queue, and that's one of the most devastating solo queue heroes, I think. So, just goes to show, man, you pick someone a hero they play, and they can be dominant on them.
We're still in this one. Apparently, they're going to be fighting up against Megas.
They are
without a tier 2 down. This is a very that's interesting. Clairvoyant picks up a rapier. If they can manage to keep him alive, this could be scary.
Get out of here, man.
It could be. I mean, it's not over. They haven't called GG. They feel like there's a chance.
Lina's gonna take his rapier and kill the throne in 2 seconds. That's my call for my prediction of what's gonna happen.
I think Clairvoyance is going to go man mode. He's going to kill everyone. He's going to get on Brunster, who just bought a butterfly. He's going to miss everything and die. I think that's how it's going to pan out.
It's just getting kited right now. This is like, it's depressing.
I don't want to look away from Clairvoyance. Just
Oh.
kind of following him around.
Raquel has been sheeped. Oh no.
Here we go.
The equals, dude. The brain
Brain-
comes in.
Does get the Laguna off.
This is comical.
The funny thing is that the Laguna was on the troll, but the Sky still managed to die just from a little bit of damage from the creeps. Oh, and then he gets dunked immediately after buying back. Timber will go down. Now the troll's up in the air.
And the story of this game is like Yule Scepter.
This rapier's not going to play a role at all, as the creeps are finishing this one. Crazy Nude Banana will go down in his fountain.
Who
Nerla
thought Mega Creeps are powerful?
getting right click down.
Mega Creeps have game-ending potential. Tell the presses.
There goes Clairvoyance. Who will get the rapier I didn't see?
Oh my god, dude. Can you say what he said? Do you know what it means?
I have
Mama Weebo.
no idea.
Mama Weebo. I like that. That's what I imagine like Hawaiian sounds like when people speak Hawaiian.
So who got the rapier? No one.
It's on the ground.
Oh my goodness. That's the kind of thing that, as a support, you need to pick that shit up and brag about it. Sunken. And, well, Nerla was running for his life. He didn't have the opportunity, but Sunken needs to be on top of the ball there. But DTF will win. They'll advance to the next round, to round 4, and this game was quite delayed in its start, so hopefully we already got our opponents waiting. Joining me tonight was Goofy for this game, and I believe he's going to be casting the rest of the tournament with me, so
Yeah, I'm not
stay
going
tuned for
anywhere.
that. If you enjoyed the cast, please follow on twitch.tv/NizCast. You can also follow me on Twitter and YouTube. All those things are NizCast. They're easy to find. The VODs will be going up on YouTube by tomorrow morning. Sometimes they take a little bit longer, but sometime around then. So you can expect to find them there. But Goofy doesn't have any social media, apparently. So
I live in a cave.
you can't find him anywhere.
You can't find me.
He's off the grid.
Only on twitch.tv/NizCast.
All right. Well, we're going to hop into the next one. I'm going to throw it to music, and hopefully you stick with us. Thanks for watching.